So, we stumbled upon something kind of weird, but also fascinating. It's a study guide for competitive exams here in India. And what's it about? The Oscars. Yeah, you heard that right. It's called Important Points of Oscars 2026 by someone named Ashutosh Sir. And, seeing that immediately made us wonder. I mean, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? Hollywood, the red carpet, all that glamour, mixed with serious job exams. They don't seem to mix. But believe it or not, there's a really solid reason for it. And that's what we're going to unpack today. Why you might genuinely see a question about the Oscars on your next big test.
All right, so let's get into it. First up, an Oscar exam question. We're going to kick things off with the most straightforward, practical reason this stuff actually shows up in study guides in the first place.
And here it is. It really boils down to this: general knowledge and current affairs. That's the whole game. The Oscars are a huge global event, which makes them prime material for those GK and current affairs sections you see in pretty much every exam. Those parts of the test aren't about rote memorization from a book. They're all about checking if you're paying attention to what's happening in the world. And what's really interesting is just how many different boxes the Oscars check off for an exam. I mean, think about it. It's an international award, it's arts and culture, it's a major global current affair, it's all of those things. But, and this is the really critical part, especially for exams in India, it's all about the Indian connection. So you might get questions about our current nominees or our past winners. They could even hit you with some static GK, the kind of general knowledge that stays the same. Like, hey, who was the first Indian to ever win an Oscar? Okay, so that's the exam side of things. But now let's talk about the Indian spotlight. Because honestly, this is about so much more than just memorizing facts for a test. There's a way bigger story playing out here, one about our culture and, yeah, our national pride. And this really gets to the heart of it, the deeper reason why we care so much. Let's be real, the buzz around the Oscars in India just explodes whenever there's an Indian in the running. Just think back to the excitement around Lagan or Slumdog Millionaire, or that incredible win for Natu Natu. Those weren't just about a movie award, were they? No, they became these huge moments of national pride. It's a perfect example of India's soft power, of our growing footprint in the world of arts and culture.
So you can almost think of it like this. The Oscars are kind of a barometer for how India's doing on the global art scene. Whenever an Indian film or an artist gets that kind of international recognition, it instantly becomes a massive national event. And, you guessed it, any major national event automatically becomes required reading for your exams. It's instant syllabus material.
All right, so now we know why this topic is even on your radar. So let's get practical. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Just like that study guide from Ashutosh Sir called Important Points. What exactly do you need to zero in on? Because look, if you're prepping for a big exam, nobody expects you to sit through the entire 3-hour-plus awards show. No way. You need a smart strategy. You've got to focus on the key categories and the specific facts that are most likely to pop up as a question. Okay, think of this table as your cheat sheet. Every single year, you absolutely have to know who won Best Picture. That's the big one. Best Director, also super important. When it comes to acting awards, keep an eye out for any wins that make history. And from our perspective here in India, Best Original Song has become a massive category to watch. Oh, and one more thing. Always, always know what film India officially submitted for Best International Film. Even if it doesn't end up getting nominated, the fact that it was our official entry is a current affairs point right there. So, as we start to pull all of this together, it's pretty clear that this whole topic is about way more than just who took home a shiny gold statue. Let's just zoom out for one final look at the big picture. And really, this is the main takeaway. If you remember one thing, it's this. The reason the Oscars show up in an exam study guide is because they exist right at this amazing intersection where global culture, national identity, and yeah, your education all come together. There's this idea that really sums it all up. Art and culture are the new currency of global influence. And it's so true, isn't it? Today, a country's power isn't just about its economy or its military. It's about the reach of its culture. And you can think of an Oscar win as a huge deposit into that bank of global influence. So yeah, as India's stories keep grabbing the world's attention, that line between what's just entertainment and what's actually exam-worthy is going to get blurrier and blurrier. Which kind of leaves us with one last question to think about, right? What's going to be the next big landmark achievement from India?